guys, what's up? It's your girl Camera, and I'm back with your Greenleaf review, and you're watching Camera Music TV. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe down below to my channel, like this video, and share this video with all your friends, and make sure you comment down below as we move through this episode. Alright, so Sophia is still in bed. She's still tripping about church and about God and about faith. Y'all, it ain't nothing like when you go through something. I know God just be looking at us like, yeah, okay, you'll be back. But that's what she's kind of going through. But I'm kind of wondering what's up with Sophia's little, outlandish stuff that she going through. You know, she got a potty mouth. She's sending these nudes. She out giving her virginity away to somebody that she just met. It's like, what is going down? And I'm wondering if she's gonna end up pregnant, because she just kind of laying in this bed. She just so tired. But then also on the other hand, I'm like, are you tired because you're dealing with these girls at Hampton? I don't really know. But Grace is like, nah, girl, get on up. I don't care about what you got going on. Your grandma, she wants to have this thing downstairs. You made a commitment. Come on. Okay. So she goes on down there. So all the family is gathered around. Charity is singing, and she's playing the piano. Hold on, my notes are out of whack. Anyway, she's playing the piano and everybody's gathering around. You see Corinne there. You got even AJ and Noah are there. You got Carissa and Jacob and they little family there. Bishop there, Grace there, everybody there. Okay, and they have come together for this service where the message is new beginnings, right? No sooner than they didn't have praise and worship, Carissa is over there being sour. Okay, now Lady May has said, now this is a beautiful day, and basically being really positive, and Carissa's like, well, what's so great about it? And I'm just like, girl, I just don't understand how she has so much nerve and how she can be upset about anybody treating her any type of way, when the whole reason we got stressed right now is because of you. Like, you was trying to get this will to break up, I guess to break up the family, or to to get Jacob to do what you wanted him to do. But you end up like causing a whole stir with the family and the whole livelihood. You ain't gonna have no money to get, because Jacob gets the money from his family. His family ain't really got no money because they can't get back in the church. All they got is this house, and now they about to get it taken away. And you can't understand that. And I know Jacob is Jacob, but even if he only divorcing this girl because she cheated, there's so many other reasons. There's so many other reasons. So, her and Jacob about to get into it. Jacob's just like, nah, we're not doing this right now. And Carissa's like, do you really want to get into it in front of everybody? And Bishop is kind of letting Carissa know, like, listen, I've seen you in much classier times. Try to focus on what the Lord has done for you, okay? And calm down. I just was like, girl, Carissa got a lot of nerve. She got a lot of nerve. Okay, so Noah and Grace, they laughing off in the corner about how Grace done lost her V card at the church, and I was just like, Grace, she's always giving me Rolling Stone though. She was the one that fled, and she's the one. Charity's been the most perfect daughter, but the oldest always gets the the oldest be the one that is the rebellious one, right? So yeah, so they over there laughing, and I'm looking like Grace, now Darius is in Vegas because of you. He is following a story in hopes of getting his job back, and only lost his job because he dove into this story because you came back into his life. Don't you slide back into this thing with no facial hair Noah, okay? I'm talking about she done fell asleep in his lap, and they laughing. They kind of talking about AJ, but they also talking about everything that's going on because she's so tired. And I get it, but I'm just like, Noah is trying to get this family together, girl. So all these little things, you sending mixed signals, to be honest. Okay, okay. So let me see. Lady May goes to see Tara. You know, she had this intention of getting Tara to give over, to drop all this. You know, Lady May said 2 Greenleaf men that went over there and messed it up. Send a Greenleaf woman, she gonna fix it all. But Lady May ends up having this bleeding heart because y'all know she's trying to do everything right. And she realizes that Tara has pure intentions. And she's like, dang, I can't do this because, you know, I asked God for new beginnings and he's revealing to me this might be in his will. This might need to be what goes down. This is the type of Christian that I respect. It's like you have those Christians that only do stuff in the Bible that is going to be in their favor in their situation, but then you have those that like really listen and seek God, and if God is showing and telling them something, and you have no choice but to follow suit. And so Lady May leaves there looking, you know, queasy and nauseous, and has really set in her mind that they're going to give this church to Tara because she wants to, you know, have it be a shelter for women. She wants to do all these noble things with the house. And Lady May's like, well, dang. Okay, we see Bishop and he's talking to AJ. I don't know who dressed AJ in this polka dot linen or I don't know what it was or why it was, but y'all aged him, and I know he probably had the sleeves on because he was cutting himself, but he could have worn so many other things. I just did not understand that wardrobe choice. But no, they're walking and it's a real like father-son type of vibe that we're getting. Grandpa has all this advice and all this wisdom, and they get down to this crate. It is a Pontiac, or is it Pontiac? Whatever the dream car is of Bishop. And he says that, you know, his dad woke him up with this car and he was like, you can have this car if you can put it together. And he never got around to doing that, but he gives it to AJ. He says, if you help me put this together, you can have this car. Now, I felt like Bishop gonna pass away, and he is not gonna get to build that car with AJ. But this is an end for AJ, because you guys know AJ has been intent on not getting too close, but it seems like, you know, since he's had this second go at life, he has all this wisdom, all of a sudden has a different approach to life, at least today, right? And you know, he's really touched by Bishop doing this, and I was too, child. I was too. Okay, so Sophia and Zora are stressing over these pictures. They're trying to figure out how they're gonna, you know, get rid of them, because basically somebody at Hampton screenshot the picture, and so even though they tried to get everything down, he shared it with everyone, and now pretty much all the freshmen at Hampton know about it. Hampton is a huge place, and they probably had all kind of pics floating around of girls and guys. So I just feel like, you know, when AJ is giving Sophia this advice later of none of these adults in this household are normal adults, because normal adults go out and get theirs and establish their own. You guys all living here, that's fine and dandy, but it's not normal. Sophia, what do you want? Okay, what do you want that you can control? Girl, you need to leave, you need to grow up, you need to go deal with your stuff. You can tell that Sophia don't want to do that. She's not used to having to do that because they all just stay in that house. But when I seen her with the baby, I felt like it was foreshadowing, like she gonna pop up pregnant. But we haven't seen her sick, so I don't know yet. I don't know yet, just a theory. All right, so that's when we finally see Charity's baby, and I was like, where have you been all my life? Charity goes off to call Daddy Phil, or Daddy DeMars, and he is still with the antics on the phone. Says that he only gonna give her 2 minutes on the phone because she's still trying to fix it. Remember, Judy and Phil down there on the last Sunday taking pictures with the wrecking ball and with the hard hats, because they about to tear this church down in 2 days. Okay, so everybody's scrambling, trying to do what they can to fix the situation, and Charity's like, let me call this daddy one more time, please, let me get some information on this mother. And he's, you know, he didn't give the 3 strikes that he gave Grace, but he was like short with her and was like, okay, you got 2 minutes, gave her longer than 2 minutes. And so we can see that in the teasers for the upcoming episodes, he is going to help her out, but he is very reluctant. But he is going to help her out. Okay. All right, so Zora, finally has this talk with her parents. Her parents sit her down and they let her know we're getting a divorce. Now, I was confused about Zora's being so upset, because she's seen her mom be, you know, really unhappy, and she even said, like, what did you do this time? And, you know, y'all should have been divorced, because what did you do? Cook him too many warm meals, wait for him and support him too much? So it was like, yeah, this is all coming from hurt, but she's seen her mom go through all this stuff because of her dad, right? So I couldn't understand why she was so hurt, especially when her mom was like, you know, I've had my share of stuff too, and I wanted Carissa to say exactly what she did, because Zora knew the ins and outs of Alexa. Now, she don't know that that might be his baby, but she knew the ins and outs. So it's like, no, Carissa, be as generous with the information as you were about Jacob. Shoot. Okay, so Zora storms out. She's crying. She's really upset. And Carissa gonna have the nerve to say, before we take Winky to the family therapist tomorrow, you better be sure this is what you want to do. You better be sure. And I'm like, did you just have no fault? Or no, you didn't do nothing, Carissa? It wasn't your fault at all either? I don't understand the sense of entitlement and sense of like, you got one more chance and we do not have to go through with this, because if I do this with Winky, there is no turning back. And I'm like, how many times have you said there is no turning back? Okay, Noah, when Grace and Noah were talking, Noah happened to remember some draw ups or journal and all this stuff that was in the old cabin that he used to stay in, that Zora stays in. So Grace goes down there. She comforts Zora because she sees her crying, but she also finds all this stuff under the bed. I don't really know what it means, but it might mean something, but it must not mean nothing. It must not mean, oh my gosh, what is it? Be quiet, Kobe. It must not be anything like too, okay, I don't know if what Grace found was really important, like she knows the importance, or she needs to do some more digging, because she didn't tell Bishop, she didn't tell Lady May. A lot of the, you know, the kids be trying to handle stuff on their own, and then the parents got to step in and fix it. From what I can tell, Grace kind of be handling stuff though, right? So Charity has this big idea of, let's go down to the church and thank. Let's do some thank yous instead of, you know, relishing and really, you know, sulking. Let's thank God for, like, you know, what we had, right? Because this is a new era that we're starting. Okay, she interrupts a fight between her parents, because, you know, Lady May is like, no, I'm giving this church to Tara, like the Lord is saying. And Bishop like, the Lord didn't tell me that. Okay, so the whole family goes down there, and we get this nice powerful image of the entire family holding hands and looking up to Black Jesus. And I was like, I never noticed that Black Jesus on that stained window. But you can tell that something, you know, Bishop's like, let's wait on our miracle. You can tell something's about to happen, but we may not be ready for what's about to go down. Okay. After this, because I was like, where am I at? After this, and these hairs, honey. Anyway, after this, Bishop and Lady May, you know, they're feeling good, and, you know, she's comforting her husband, like, things are gonna work out, it's gonna get better, you know, this is God's will. And they're going over there to Tara to tell her, like, you got the house, like, we gonna figure it out. Because Tara, like, has won them over with her, you know, pureness. And Tara cracks open the door like, oh, y'all came back. And I knew Rochelle was not too far behind. She opened that door up and she said, see, them Greenleafs always come back, honey. And she walked past them, and I said, is that Basie in that car? So you could tell by their face that they was like, you little. So they're not giving her the house no more. They're not going down without a fight now. Okay. The show is getting good, but I think it's only 8 episodes this season. So I'm getting anxious, and y'all know this is the last season. But anyway, you guys let me know what you guys thought about this week's episode down below. I'm Camray. This is Camray Music TV, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.